We all know that in the fuel and energy business, each day brings with it new challenges and new demands. A trusted product offering alone will not sustain growth or develop loyalty. Competition is fierce in every aspect of our business, and the only way of ensuring customer loyalty is by consistently delivering on customer needs on the forecourt. As we develop as an organization, we need to address these customer needs. What we need to ask, and more importantly answer, is one fundamental question. What do customers really want when they pull into a forecourt? But before we can effectively answer that question, we need to briefly understand the evolution of consumer needs in relation to the rise of retail. Remember when fast food was simple? Remember when choice was limited? It used to be Wimpy, KFC or Steers. Now we have 4 different chicken offerings alone: KFC, Nando's, Chicken Licken and Fontana. And with the rise of health culture, we now have Juicy Lucy and Kauai too. As consumers' palates and needs developed, so too did the product offering develop to effectively accommodate these changes. And then one day, everything changed forever. When McDonald's arrived in Africa, the fast food retail market changed forever. Suddenly, it wasn't just about getting takeouts. It became about going to McDonald's. Before McDonald's, there was no drive-thru, no free toy, no playpen, and certainly no McFlurry. McDonald's forever changed the way fast food was retailed and the way consumers consumed it through innovation in practically every department. From product to presentation to delivery to the actual retailing experience of visiting a McDonald's itself. Essentially, McDonald's tracked consumer wants and behavior and acted shrewdly, delivering the consumer with a bigger, better, and bolder retail experience than any of the competition. But what does this mean to the fuel and energy business? And more importantly, what does it mean to you and Shell Africa? Well, the truth of it is that we are no longer just petrol managers. We are fuel retailers, and we need to realize that if we fail to live up to our customers' needs, it will impact on our bottom line. Let me explain in a little more detail. When a customer feels that a product or service offers poor value for money, this impacts on their brand share of preference, which is felt as a decrease in customer penetration, which ultimately results in lower market share. And that means fewer vehicles pulling in at the peg tin. Evidence on the forecourt of this underperformance is clear. Everything from a rusted pump to poor flow of traffic impacts on how our consumers feel about the Shell offering. But all that is about to change, and that's where the retail customer value proposition, Shell and you come into play. The RCVP is all about giving the customer the service they want and expect when they visit a Shell service station, through the delivery of effective and simple solutions that ensure a convenient, efficient, and memorable customer experience. Our overall customer proposition or promise to our customers is, when you pull into a Shell station, you will always be directed into an open, clean, and secure forecourt, where you will be immediately greeted by competent, motivated, and friendly attendants who live the Shell brand and who offer you reliable products that are technologically advanced and efficient service that is specific to you and your needs. But let's break it down a little to understand the core of what we are talking about. It all starts with something called operational efficiency. Think about a forecourt and think about how the basics can make all the difference. Take ease of flow, for example. Consumers want to enter a site that has managed traffic through both attendant activity and clear signage. The forecourt needs to have an open layout where all equipment is ready and available to ensure effective and efficient processing of service tasks. This is complemented by something called perceived speed. This comes in the form of an alert and effective forecourt team that multitask and assist one another to best serve the customer's needs as they arise, always assuring the customer of a speedy transaction. And finally, there is the site itself, which must always be clean, safe and secure, and will promote feelings of well-being and assurance amongst customers, essentially reinforcing their decision to pull in at the peg tent. Now that we have a brief understanding of the operational efficiency on the ground, let's explore customer relationships in greater detail. The reality is that the vast majority of our consumers interact with our attendants. That is the first and often the only human contact point between Shell and the consumer. So obviously, it is critical to the effective delivery of the RCVP and begins with our staff. Attendants are the backbone of any forecourt, and it is essential that they engage the consumer in a way that is responsive and fosters the customer's need for recognition. This requires at all times proud, clean and motivated staff who through proper selection, training and performance management are supported by functional staff facilities. Next is the relationship between Shell, our retailers and their staff and the customer. Every Shell site is a brand connection point, and as such, it is vital that we work together, both internally and externally, to ensure our customers always receive a superior and memorable forecourt experience. This requires we have a common understanding as to our customer proposition and that we support each other as partners in its delivery. Lastly, in the customer relationship component of the RCVP is the extra mile. This is essentially a caring for the consumer that goes beyond the call of duty and embodies the Shell vision of caring innovators. The extra mile is that special something that you get offered as an individual, and when properly conveyed, resonates with the consumer and starts the transformation from location to destination. The third and final part of the RCVP is titled Product and Service Leadership and involves Shell, you and the retailer. Shell is a global organization with over 100 years of heritage and successfully operates in over 100 countries worldwide. We strive to deliver quality products that are reliable and available to all our customers and to provide convenient solutions through superior facilities at all times. Our offering has to constantly be measured as a reflection of customer needs on site level and must consistently reinforce our overall brand values. In order to deliver on this proposition, we have put together a program that will elevate the Shell forecourt experience beyond our competitors. Ultimately, the RCVP has one core idea behind it, and that is Shell, our retailers and attendants working in synergy to deliver effective solutions that always ensure a convenient, efficient and memorable customer experience. And it is through a proper implementation of the RCVP, together on every level and in every department, that we will be able to guide Shell well beyond tomorrow and solidify its position as a giant in the African energy business.